Hey everyone, welcome back to B Studio, and today I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about Riverdale Season 5, Episode 14, titled Chapter 90, The Night Gallery. Overall, this was a good episode. I think it's been hyped up for a while because Machen Amick, who plays Alice, directed the episode. And yeah, I really liked it. A few questionable things when it comes to visuals and different aspects that they incorporate into it. Questionable things there, but overall, I liked it. I like how we're diving into the characters' backstories while still having the same Riverdale stuff. So it's getting deep, but it still has the same Riverdale nonsense, which I think ends up working out perfectly. So we start out with Archie. He's getting therapy from this person named Dr. Winters. Well, actually, first of all, I should probably say that Cheryl's kind of taking Minerva through these paintings by each person. So yeah, we kind of start out with Archie. He's getting therapy from this person named Dr. Winters. He pretty much says that he had to let his private butler named Bingo, he had to let him go. He couldn't save him. And it's a really good scene. KJ Apa does a great job. You can see the tears coming down his face and the trauma that he's been facing through that. Yeah, he's struggling with all of that pretty much, and he rejects her suggestion of pills. And then after this, Cheryl approaches Archie saying that she wants him and the guys to go into the mines and dig at the palladium underneath her maple groves. So he rounds up Kevin, Fangs, Eric, and Reggie, and Uncle Frank to do the job. They go down there, and Archie sees all of his former crew members there, and it's just a really weird vision, so he decides to take up the therapist on her Xanax idea. So he starts taking that because Eric's been taking it and it's supposedly been helping him out, which I feel like Archie should just go ahead and believe his friend overall. Like, if the pills are helping Eric, they should help Archie anyways. But they have this another vision down here where Archie sees a alien in the mines. So yeah, we have that going on. We actually got an alien in Riverdale. It's crazy. And so then he barges into the therapist and blames her for everything. Yeah, not the best choice. And then the next day at the mines, everyone's freaking out down there. Everyone's going crazy. Like, Eric's strangling Frank. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Fangs and Reggie are freaking out, so is Kevin. They're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Turns out there's like a leak of gas and that, like a carbon monoxide, and that if it gets into everyone's brains, then it can cause everyone to go crazy. But Cheryl's so funny. She's like, well, I don't care. Just get it done because I need this project done. It just shows how selfish Cheryl is. It's kind of funny, though. So yeah, then Archie finds out that this is from the gas, it's not the pills. But when he goes back to apologize to the therapist, she says she doesn't think that she can be around him anymore. She thinks that he's too dangerous, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's totally fair of the therapist to say. I mean, Archie needs help. And sure, it wasn't right of him to come in and storm and yell at the therapist for the drugs not helping him. I mean, they obviously are doing, I mean, they would eventually do something. It's probably only been like one day maybe after he started taking them. Like, the effects wouldn't start kicking in right away. I mean, it's supposed to help with his anxiety, but it was just the gas causing all the problems. But I don't know. This specific part was very confusing. It went back and forth. It was hard keeping track of. But yeah, I feel like the therapist should try to be a little bit more understanding of his needs, but oh well. So obviously this is going to be a continuing Archie trauma thing, him dealing with this thing in the army. I mean, I guess his probably makes the most sense and is the least weird out of all of them, even though there's a little alien Saul. I mean, he just like hallucinated the alien, but still. Okay, so we come over to Betty. She's keeping this guy from last episode hostage at in the shop at Riverdale High, which probably isn't the best place, but whatever. She's trying to get information out of him before she turns him over to the authorities. She's trying to figure out where is Polly at, but this guy's not giving up any info. She's trying all these tactics. He's definitely a killer, but later on, I'll talk about my theory on that. But she gets Alice to come in to try to say, like, try to be like all sweet and honey and hold the pictures of Polly, but that does not help. And then we have this whole thing where Alice gives Betty permission to kill this guy, and before she can kill him, he kills himself by biting his tongue off and swallowing it. It's one of the weirdest ways to kill someone, and it is very painful. It sounds very painful, and it was really weird. So this guy, obviously, is crazy. I mean, he sounded crazy the whole time that we saw him. Betty suggests that maybe there's like a family of killers, which means that all of the people we saw are maybe brothers of each other, and there's like this founding father, and who's the person behind all of this. In that case, it wouldn't be Glenn, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like all these people must have serial killer genes, and I feel like that's not that common. But it because it's Riverdale, it could be. But I feel like it could be a family, because all these people obviously are killers. Like, they like to kill people. I know that sounds really weird, but all these people are obviously killers, so I don't know if they're all siblings, maybe. All these truckers are all siblings. Maybe, but not Fangs, though. He's a good guy, I'm sure. But then Glenn can't be the father because he's around these people's ages. So I don't know. This theory could be completely false, but that's what made Betty sound. So I don't know what's really going on here. It is kind of weird. I just want that Polly thing to be answered, so we don't have to keep going through with this nonsense. It's so weird. Like, I don't like seeing Betty like this. It's so weird. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not down for it. But I would say I liked her part the least out of all of them, to be honest. It just wasn't as interesting. We kind of move into the whole Jughead thing. He's at a therapy session held at Riverdale High, pretty much counseling. He pretty much kind of takes everyone through the journey from when he left Riverdale. We found out that he was unhappy on campus, but him and Betty still kept in touch. And then he got a book deal. He met his agent, Sam, and he just started writing The Outcasts, and everything was going good. Him and Betty still kept in touch. The night of his book launch was when everything went dark. Betty couldn't make it. He sends that terrible voicemail, and then he disappears. He's swallowed up by the dark. Here's what happens. So he falls down a sinkhole somewhere in New York, and he's covered with rats, which is the Rat King poster of that Cheryl painted. So we have this whole thing going on. So it turns out that he was covered with rats, and he had this whole Rat King hallucination with his agent as the Rat King. So I don't understand why we had to bring rats into this, but I guess it was because there was like a rat in his vision in 510. So I guess we finally understood that his trauma was based on his loneliness, and Betty was able to save him in his hallucination. But you can tell a few things from this. You can take a few things away from this. Number one, a lot of this Jughead brought on himself. Like, he could have easily made the decision to try to make friends at where was he even at? Yale. He was at Yale. No, Iowa. He was at the University of Iowa. He could have easily made the decision to try to be more social there. I don't know. I mean, look how far he came in high school. But no, he fell down a dark path that led him to this whole realization that he's lonely. But, you know, he brought that on himself, so I don't know what to think of that. That is just a little bit weird to me. The whole thing's weird to me. It's weird. Overall, slightly disappointed in his story. I feel like they're trying to bring Buckhead back, but I don't necessarily want that right now. Maybe in the future, but I would say Archie's is still my favorite, though. Jughead's was a little bit disappointing. It was just kind of weird, and I don't know. I mean, I do feel bad for him, but I don't think it's any worse than Betty and Archie's trauma. They try to make it seem like that, but it's definitely not the worst. I like the episode. I'm excited for the Pussycats to come back next week. I'm really excited for that. So anyways, I'm going to get off of here. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching my studio. I want to like, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and bye everyone.